2025 Missouri Valley Conference Tournament champions from Murray State, head coach Rochelle Turner, Caitlin Young, and Haven Ford. A couple of notes real quick before we get started. The all-tournament team was announced out on the court, but just in case you missed it, from Drake, Katie Dennebeer, from Missouri State, Lacey Stokes, from Belmont, Kendall Cheeseman, from Murray State, Hallie Polk, and the most outstanding player from Murray State is Caitlin Young. Murray State's 265 points in the tournament is a tournament record, breaking a mark previously held by Drake, set over 4 games in 2007. Murray State also set the tournament record with 35 three-point field goals, topping the previous mark of 33 by Evansville in 2015. And Caitlin Young's 77 points in the tournament, tied for the 5th best total in tourney history, 3 of those by Jackie Stiles. Go ahead and open it up for opening comment from Coach Turner, and then we'll begin with questions.
Well, first of all, I just want to talk about how much respect we have for Belmont. Coach Brooks is an amazing coach, amazing leader. He's somebody that I've looked to from the beginning. He's always been so supportive, and we came in the league together, but in the OVC, you know, they were who you wanted to be. So it's kind of who you wanted to emulate in the OVC. And then as we moved to the Valley together, I was like, of course, you know, they're going with, you know, we're going together. But they're just an exceptional program, and he's such a great coach and just an amazing man. So I want to give them all kinds of credit. They've got a lot of great players. God doesn't put you in positions that he doesn't prepare you for. And I just felt like that this team was prepared for this whole season, and they answered the call every single time. And, you know, everything happens for a reason, and a lot of times you don't understand and you question. But the plan is the plan if the work is the work. And this team deposited day after day. And so for them to be able to get this return today is huge. I'm so proud of them.
Late in the third quarter, it was getting a little rough. I know you're not surprised, boy. What was showing they made at the end of the third quarter, the back was challenged by Belmont as they were coming at you.
I told the girls all along, they're not going away. They're not built like that. I mean, they're built to fight, and we knew they were going to fight. And you know, we were in a tough spot. Haven broke her finger, dislocated. I keep looking back over my shoulder because I know Haven, and I'm like, if there is any way she's coming back in. So I kept looking over my shoulder. Hallie goes 90 miles an hour and runs over someone to get her 4th foul. And at that point, I said, Caitlin, you're going to have to play point guard. I literally did. I said, you're going to have to bring the ball for her. But no, Jada did an amazing job. A freshman coming in a big spot. And she just handled it so well. And then Briley just being Big B, stepping up and making big shots. And the kids just carrying us through. It was a tough time. But that's the resilience of this team, and that's why we are where we are today, is because we are a true definition of a team. We have a great transformational player sitting right beside me. I mean, I can recruit from now till forever, and I'll never find another Caitlin Young. But Caitlin Young is only one piece of this puzzle, and she'll tell you that. Led the tournament in assists, I heard. I mean, how selfless is that from your all-time leading scorer?
Girls, can you talk about being able to weather the storm for a second straight night, and then, you know, Hagen, for you, what's going through your mind in the locker room as you're trying desperately to get back on the floor to help your team?
Yeah, it started with me crying in pain, and then once obviously Monica is like our team mom, and she's just sitting there and like hugging me, like it's okay, they got it fixed. And just kudos to our medical staff, like they worked really fast to get me back out there. And I'm laying on the table and I'm like, can I still play? That's all I need to know. And they said yes. So I was like, okay. I was letting them work, and we're in there, we're hearing the cheers, and we're like, that's a loud cheer, that must be good. So I'm over here in my head, I'm thinking, all right, I'm ready to get back in the game. But kudos to the medical staff, and kudos to our team just to stay poised in that situation with both of the guards going out. But it was the main thing. I was just trying to get back out there and get back in the game.
Yeah, really just, I'm so proud of our team. I mean, like we said, Jada stepped up when Hallie and Haven were out. And I mean, it was rough during that time, but we were able to kind of keep poised during that time and just weather the storm. Coach Turner said it, we're resilient. We've been it all year, and that's kind of what it's kind of like our motto, honestly. So just being able to get through the hard and know that there's something great on the other side.
Get to the action itself, the stat that's really jumping out to me. They were 2 of 21 from 3 today. You've been trying all year to stop them from 3. You finally did it today.
Yeah, it was a total game plan. And, I want to give a huge shout out to my assistant coaches. The scouts this week have been unbelievable. They have worked tirelessly. None of us have slept. And just had great game plan after great game plan. So I want to give them all the credit. And you're only as good as the people around you. And I have really great people around me. But we had to take away the 3. And we knew we were going to give up some post touches and some easy 2s, but we felt like we could score enough. And we just did a great job of communicating and guarding the 3-point line. We don't get talked about very often about defense. We even have players on the other team say they don't want to play defense. They don't want to play defense. I mean, we usually get ridiculed about our defense more than anything, but we're an offensive basketball team. This week, we were a defensive basketball team. So not only did we score, we were able to get the stops that we needed to, the big rebounds that we needed to, and it was just their total focus and lock-in, and they just played with a perfect effort all week, and that's all we've ever asked.
Ladies, congratulations to start for winning the tournament. Can you guys just talk about what it meant to have Racer Nation pretty much in full force at this tournament today? I know people talk, if they make it to Sunday, we're going to show up, and you left them no choice but to come today. So just talk about what it meant to have all of them today and to have that backing and going into the NCAA tournament.
It was amazing. I mean, absolute game changer. You look up over there, and I mean, 60 minutes before the game, people were still coming down. And it's amazing to see them out there. And I mean, no words, honestly. They're just amazing, and I appreciate them so much. I'm so glad they were able to show out, and they made a huge difference.
And playing out there, you can feel a difference. Like, we feed off their energy. When we need to stop and they're staying up on their feet and it's getting loud, it just gives you like that extra motivation of just locking in on both sides of the ball. But it was our 6th man, and it was great to see everyone come out, feel basically that whole side, and just the way that they were into the game and stood behind us. It made a huge difference.
Coach, 8 years ago, when you took over this program, did you envision this moment of being able to win a conference tournament and send this team into the 2nd ever NCAA tournament trip?
You always envision the moment. You're just not sure how you'll ever get there. And we were making waves in the OVC, and I'll never forget when I got the news. And I was very familiar with the Missouri Valley and how good the Missouri Valley was. And at that moment, I said, I don't know if I'm up for a rebuild. I mean, it's just, you put so much time and effort, and then you're starting over. But I can't give my husband enough credit. I mean, I'm not going to go into the story about all of it, but, we sat down with a friend of his and said, how can we get this team to the top of the Missouri Valley as quick as possible with the players that we have, knowing we don't have 3 or 4 years to recruit the players that we need, because we got to win now. We got to win now when Caitlin Young is on our roster. And so the analytics and everything speak for itself, and so I have to give a big shout out to them. Nothing is anything that I've done. Is what we've done, what we've all done together. So really, really proud of that. But when this team got on campus in June, the expectation was to win a championship. We were thrilled with the pieces that we put together. We had a tough early injury to one of the players that would have been a key rotation piece, a freshman that was coming in that we're really excited about. And then when Destiny went down, I'm like, man, what else is going to happen? But they found a way, and we've just been able to put together a great roster. The thing I'm most proud of with this basketball team is the human beings that we have in this program. Just second to none individuals, selfless, love Murray State, and that's what it's about.
That's the last one.
Yes. After yesterday's fourth quarter, how much of a discussion was there at the beginning of this fourth quarter to finish strong? Like y'all did.
I'll let them answer this, but one thing I want to say is, I mean, how do you challenge Caitlin Young going into year 5? I mean, honestly, she worked harder this year than she's ever worked, and she worked really hard. But the one thing that we ask her to do is somehow, some way, be a vocal leader. Because if you tell them the sky is purple, they're going to say, Caitlin said the sky is purple, it's purple. And so but you know, she always just was a lead by example young lady. She is a vocal leader. I mean, she was talking in the huddles more than me. She was like, we've got this is what it's about. And that the growth in that area for her, it just makes me excited, because I know she's going to take that and she's going to use that in whatever she chooses to do the rest of the way, hopefully coaching. But it's these kids don't, most of the time when the game starts, what's what people don't understand, when the game starts, the coach has very little control over what happens. So I put my trust and my faith in these young women, and they come through every time.
The discussion in halftime in the locker room, I mean, both of our games, I mean, especially Drake, we came out and we were on fire, obviously, at the beginning. And then halftime, after that, it just kind of went downhill, and we knew that they were going to come out and have a fight. And we just talked about how we have to lock into the defense, we have to get stops. And it was rocky there at the beginning of the third quarter, it was. So we were just saying, like, we have to lock in on defense. That's what it's all about. And offense is going to come. So the biggest thing was just talking through it, making sure everyone's on the same page, doing everything. Yeah, that was kind of the discussion during halftime.
It also goes into our huddles. Like every time we're huddling up, or somebody's saying something like, guys, we're good, like sustain it, stay focused, stay locked in. Even we just hit a big shot and it's a timeout and we then celebrated. We're like, all right, time to lock back in. So like we were so locked in until the buzzer hit 0-0, because we knew how fast things can change and how we start to let up, how bad that can get. But we were just all locked in, making sure that we were motivated even when shots wasn't falling. We're like, you're gonna shoot the next one, confidence, we're good. So I mean, that's the big growth from last year, is we're all communicating, we're all locked in, we're all picking each other up, and those are like the little things that people may not realize or see, but it does go a long way.
The last thing I would like to say is just so appreciative of the Missouri Valley Conference, so appreciative of our administration for fighting hard to get this tournament here in Evansville. For us to be able to do this at the Ford Center, basically a home crowd for us, it felt like. So I just want to say my appreciation. The Missouri Valley is a class act conference, and just very appreciative of everything that was done to get this here. Thank you so much.